Hello, my wonderfuls, my lovelies, and my amazings. Thank you for joining me on I Am Maggie. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to my videos and spend this time with me. I can feel as we continue to go through readings and our stories and our time together, I can feel the energy increasing. I can also feel the healing happening and resonating out. You know, in the last chapter, in the last video, I was talking about how when you do something in one place of the world, it'll affect the other part. So, you know, as we learn more about how the quantum field works, we start to understand that if you're open and you're listening to the universe, God, however you can, you know, sometimes some people have had horrible things done to them in the name of God. That's man's manipulation. God is truly a loving and compassionate God. He is also a God that, you know, course corrects. There's cause and effect. But he is not this, you know, old man that's in the heavens staring at your genitals, hoping for you to do bad things. God is compassionate, and if you did do something, you got off the path, you will be able to course correct. If you do the work will do you. But what I'm saying is that many of our ideas come from the universe, and the universe will drop it in parts, and as many people who are open to it. So, and then you see people start fighting over who came up with the idea first. All, you know, fine, because, you know, man wants credit, but also a lot of times the idea was spontaneous in several parts of the world. So there's that 100 monkey story where the monkeys were given that, like, tasty fruit or what have you, and they loved it, and then the scientists gave it to them, you know, dirty with well, not dirty, but like with dirt and other things on it, that when you ate through it, it kind of made it, you know, if you imagine you ate your vegetables with dirt, it would probably have a more dirt and bittery and whatever's in the dirt. Hopefully it's not Red Hills water, but anyway, you know, it's going to have a different taste. Well, what one of the monkeys did was he figured out if he took the fruit and he washed it off and then he ate it, he got to enjoy the yummy taste of the fruit without the down effect of the yucky dirt or whatever was taking away its absolute wonder. And so as he did this action, other monkeys started to follow. They're like, I want my fruit to taste good too, or I want this thing to taste good. And so the monkeys all started washing. What they found is when you hit 100 monkeys completely across the world started doing the same action. So we are all in this interwoven, connected field. It's not a joke. You know, it is what it is. And every day we are beginning to see more and more how the choices we make not only affect us, but affect those. And the bottom line is, in the long term of how the life quantum field goes, you can't hurt others without ultimately hurting yourself. You may think that you will be getting away with things, but the way the universe works is there is a tab being made, and all debts will be paid. And so, you know, it's really important that we act in our higher value orders. And what's beautiful is when we have our relationship with Jesus, he upgrades us through his grace. His grace brings us through. So anyway, we are going to continue reading. I'm just wanting to say that, you know, what you do in the world, we could be the monkeys over here doing positive acts of service, and then the monkeys over here are going to do it too, aka us. I love monkeys. So anyway, we are in chapter 20, How to Overcome Discontent, the Magic of Postures. Okay, so we're going to pick up where we left off. Oh, and when you do get a chance, please hit subscribe and like, and I would love to hear your positive comments. I'd really like to know how this reading or this work may be helping you in some way. And oh, before I forget, one other thing, this shirt is from Brian Scott, Reality Revolution, his artwork, New Earth Art. So please check it out. He has beautiful art that it's all kinds of stuff. There's flow art, there's planets art. I'm not the greatest, but I'm gonna like figure out, this is actually one of his, I think the favorite, and I'll figure it out and then read it to you. what its meaning is. But anyway, let's have a good time here. Everyone had probably experienced how different we can go through the same dreary situation. For example, in washing ourselves in an ice cold place, we may be crestfallen, shivering, and reluctant, or discover how relatively easy, faster, and untortured is the experience if we do it readily, sprightly. We no longer yield, for example, to the compulsion to shiver, which is the pantomime of fearing the situation and being conquered by it, but transform this reflex energy instead into counter motions and counter movements. Okay, so this kind of, I'm sorry, I thought a image is coming to mind, like for instance, like Game of Thrones or Vikings, where you see like the super, like Lagertha or Ragnar, or in Game of Thrones, oh my gosh, Mr. Snow. Anyway, where you can see them, it's like freezing cold, but they come out of the water unshivering because their mindset and they're powerful and confident. And how did she say? They have conquered it and transformed this reflex energy into counter motions and counter movements. Oh, the other person that comes to mind is the Iceman, Wim Hof. He does breathing work, and he also does the submersion into ice. Please look up Wim Hof's work. It is so fascinating. He has an amazing story as well, but also in the past he has trained his brain to through breathing and to calming the body. He's trained himself to overcome anything, and he has allowed them to inject him with endotoxins, and he didn't get sick. He was able to overcome it. So if you get a chance and you want to learn how to get in ice cold waters without shivering, like Game of Thrones and such, check them out. Okay, so anyway, we're getting back to it. Posture determines whether we direct our being as a muscular, elastic vehicle through critical situations without collision, or allow ourselves to drift like dead weight against the sharp, craggy cliffs of determination until our soft, sensitive matter is crushed to nothingness on one of them. So I'm just going to say, we always talk about spectrums here. Please, if you are in the process of transformation, don't judge yourself if you're, tensed up and you're finding it difficult to relax in difficult situations. As we continue to work through these tools, as we keep going on this channel, you're going to start to find yourself becoming relaxed in the most tense situations. As a nurse, you learn that in the ER, in the ICU, and in other crash situations. And a lot of people learn that in their finance degrees or in construction or whatever they're doing, in legal work. They learn how to just be calm in the most dire situations. Well, we're going to learn to be doing that in our own lives and for ourselves, to help ourselves, others, and our families. So after we have thus analyzed the essence of our own determining posture, we construct the dissolving counter posture in theory, then in our imagination, and finally in practice. So there was also a video, I think it was a famous TED Talk, where the woman said you stand in like the Wonder Woman pose and it makes you more confident. And then people were, saying, oh no it doesn't, and there's no research. Just try it. You stand in any kind of confident pose, you are going to be walking around like Vincent Price, or what is her name? Grace Kelly, the Queen. I mean, you're going to be just this elegant, or you're going to be this, confident man walking around the room, or you're going to be a confident performer. Like, for instance, Dita Von Teese. I just love Dita Von Teese and her burlesque. It's like you're going to just evoke and push that confidence out, and it's going to go everywhere with you like a fragrant perfume. But anyway, getting back to this. Let us imagine that the inappropriate posture that emanates serious karma and malaise, which we wear instinctively, is locked safe. So lock the yucky one away. A tight, suffocating short circuit around us. Nope. The counter postures whose magic image we determine and fill up is the opening combination to the safe. Did you hear that? 8, 9, 8. Or 888, whatever the quantum code is, we're opening up the safe. And we are taking the magic image, and we are determined to be filled up by it. Anyway, simply, there is no other way we can be freed from the bindings and have ice cold, solid, and tight around us. We cannot pass through them unless we assume a different inner and outer conduct. So remember that saying too, fake it till you make it? Hold that confident posture and watch how it affects you. Continue to do your self-care. Continue to do your affirmations. But as we talked about cognitive dissonance, you gotta feel it. So you can't just be telling yourself things and not working on the feeling, but that will be another video. But I'm just saying, if you do the work will do you. Keep reading your Bible. Read it every day. You do the work, it'll work on you. Okay, sorry, I'm getting excited, but when I just think about all that's possible for you, it makes me overjoyed. Okay. All right, and also you opening up the safe and getting out the magical posture that is going to take you into the next life and reality of your dreams. Yes! Can I say, ah? All right, so the form that came into being can only be transformed through new external behaviors. New external behavior, here we go. We should not, then you're actually watching me do it on this channel. Like, I've been working to come forward and start coaching and teaching, and I've been coaching on things, but I've been really working to come step forward, and you are literally watching me as I am holding my posture of confidence and my posture to move into my next reality. So we're gonna be doing it together. Okay, so we should not therefore underestimate externals, the separate demon magic of our bodies. Rather, draw them under the dominion of our mind as well. Postures are projected from the unconscious. Counter postures retune the unconscious. They affect our recalcitrant, instinctual, and sensory stimulus world in a healing manner. So you smell, I smell back. You hold, when they say that when you like someone or you're trying to, work through, you want to mirror the body movements, makes them more comfortable. But like you come and you hold and you block your solar plexus, people are usually going to kind of turn away from you. So we're going to hold those confident healing postures, guys. Okay. Never allow malaise or lethargy to take control, but fight against it with counter postures, determined by our inner magical physician. Yeah. Okay, so I would say, like, as we've learned a lot about energy, if you fight something, it's going to persist. We don't need to fight. But when you do find yourself doing the withdrawn, like, train yourself. Oops. Okay, here I come. And you get your confident posture, whatever that is. Confident posture, whatever it is. And you just course correct yourself. You don't have to fight it, just relax right into it. Say, oop, I see myself and I see my reality, like reality transurfing. Or I'm in my body, I'm present. I saw what I just did, I'm gonna course correct. Oh, I just did that again, I'm gonna, course correct. And as you continue to move into these more confident postures, you're going to fly right into a new reality, a reality that you love. So, I don't know, is this our book, Butterfly? But anyway, I am just so grateful to have you all here. And I hope you're seeing more and more you are the magic of everyday life. And that these tools can be so simple, just like starting with a posture, going out into the sunshine, taking deep breathing. There is a wonderful woman named Wanda who is on the Reality Revolution. If you ever get a chance to go into Brian Scott and go into the chat, Wanda's in there. She does amazing breathing exercises. She just loves it and she's so into it. Brian Scott has also had a breathing experts on the channel. So wherever you're doing, just keep searching. You're on your way, and assume your confident posture. I'm so glad that you spent this time with me. When you do get a chance, please hit subscribe and like, and leave your positive comments. And I just want to let you know we finished chapter 20. I think we only have 3 chapters left, guys, and like then we'll be on to our next book. So thank you so much for joining me. Okay, and you know what comes next? You know what comes next? Peace in, peace out.